Good afternoon. I'm Raine Musñgi. This is Newsfeed. We begin with a Trump shooting in Florida as criminal charges have been filed against the alleged gunman. Police have also released body cam footage of the suspect's arrest. More from Eugene Adalia.
Driver, take 2 steps to your right. Driver, walk straight back. Keep walking.
This was the moment law enforcers took into custody the suspected gunman in what the FBI says was a second assassination attempt against Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. The man, identified as 58-year-old Ryan Routh, appeared in federal court on Monday, where he was charged with 2 gun-related crimes, enough to keep him in custody as the investigation continues.
The FBI is leading this investigation, this ongoing investigation. Routh was charged federally with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession and receipt of a firearm with an obliterated serial number.
The FBI says Routh hid under cover of darkness for nearly 12 hours in the apparent attempt to kill Trump at his Florida golf course. Secret Service agents sweeping the course saw a rifle barrel poking out of the bushes not far from where the former president was playing. The gunman fled in a sports utility vehicle, but officers later caught up with him.
The subject had an active online presence, and we are going through what he posted and any searches he conducted online. In addition, we're going through media reports and public statements he made that he wanted to recruit Afghan soldiers and others to fight for Ukraine.
Trump was unharmed, but the incident raised fresh questions about how an armed suspect was able to get so close to him. Just 2 months ago, Trump was grazed in the ear in an assassination attempt during a campaign in Pennsylvania. Eugene Adalia, BNC.
For most, escaping a brush with death is something to be extremely grateful for, but not for Donald Trump. His running mate J.D. Vance says the former U.S. president was a little mad after his golf game was cut short by Secret Service agents.
Calls me right after, this is 10 minutes after, and he's pissed off that they won't let him finish his birdie putt, right after they found a guy with an AK-47. But by the way, that is kind of the guy that you want to be president of the United States, right? Who's fazed by nothing, who's telling jokes afterwards.
Here at home, the chief of the Agriculture Department presents the government's strategies to modernize the agri-sector and boost food security. Soo-Jin Kim gives us details.
Today we gather at the pivotal moment for our nation's agriculture sector. We all know that Filipinos pay more for food compared to our neighbors in Southeast Asia. Despite this high cost, our agricultural workers, who make up 24% of our workforce, remain to be the poorest sector of the economy.
This is the biggest challenge the Philippines' agriculture sector is facing. Those who provide food, they're the ones who have no means to buy food. Partly to blame is importation. To address this, several business groups team up with agricultural stakeholders and created the Farmers Entrepreneurship Program, or FEP. This program enables small farmers to be suppliers of big corporations. In the past 8 years, a huge fast food restaurant has bought more than 11 million kilos of fresh produce from about 30 small farmer groups.
As our company grew, its requirement for quality vegetables for our diverse menu products also increased. Today, sourcing directly from farmer cooperatives has become a key procurement growth strategy of the company.
Another source of problem for farmers are the food wastes. According to Agriculture Secretary Kiko Laurel, about 15 to 40% of harvests are wasted mostly because of lack of infrastructure. He adds the government is determined to mechanize and modernize the farming and fisheries sector through science-based technologies. More post-harvest facilities will also be built. Laurel also stresses the need for farmers to join cooperatives to maximize their benefits.
If it's possible to have 100% of our farmers be part of a co-op, that is the best scenario, so that it's managed, it's a group.
Meanwhile, Laurel expects increase in agricultural output in the coming months.
Third and fourth quarter output should be good because we have water. But the only problem is if we get hit by storms. I'm still optimistic na it will be much better than first half of this year.
Sujin Kim, BNC.
MTRCB Chairperson Lala Soto Antonio defends the X and R18 ratings her agency has issued on some movies. She tells BNC's at the forefront the MTRCB is just following the law. She adds the board has reviewed 370 films this year and has so far issued an X rating on just 2 movies. The MTRCB recently issued X ratings on Dear Santa and Alipato at Muog, but downgraded the latter, a documentary on the abduction of activist Jonas Burgos, after producers applied for a second review.
It's really not our goal to X films. In fact, I always say this, that it breaks my heart when we issue X or 18 or even R18 rating classifications to films, because I really want the film to do well. I really want to help the movie industry and see them thrive. But we are bound, and all our actions are bound within our charter. Our hands are tied.
Hong Kong brings in a new generation to a 145-year-old tradition. About 100 children and young people took to the city streets carrying a 20-meter little fire dragon as part of the Tai Hang Fire Dragon Dance. It's a smaller version of a 67-meter-long dragon paraded across Hong Kong, captivating over 1,000 spectators.
I think it's amazing that this is still going today after 145 years. And actually, I really love the fact that they've introduced a children's dragon. I don't think there's anything wrong with introducing modern elements to something that's so old and traditional.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Raine Musñgi. Stay tuned to BNC on Free TV Channel 31, Channel 24 on Signal, and on our website, bnc.ph. Thank you so much for watching.